but the total market is 1.4 quadrillion, everything that's ever out there. And if you start looking across any of those asset classes, they're all starting to move on-chain already. And the ease with which we've seen people interested in money market funds, tokenized treasuries, and those types of instruments, the support for stable coins, when you're talking about replacing cash, when I see DTCC, Euroclear, Clearstream, it only takes one of them to flip onto natively digital, and that's trillions of assets on its own that move. So, tens of trillions, I think we could see. And bearing in mind it's 1.4 quadrillion, this is still a tiny slice of a huge market. 30 to 50 trillion, all on XRP, all trading on Artex.
Here we go, $50 trillion. 2 years from now, Ripple, Twitter will replay the session.
Hey, welcome. My name is Hamilton Clarendon, and this is Chain Reaction, where we dive deep into blockchain, the future of finance, and how this revolutionary tech is reshaping the world we live in. From crypto to smart contracts and everything in between, we're here to educate, elevate, and spark the next wave of innovation. Let's get started.
Some, I think, may look back on Bitcoin and find that it was the Napster of digital assets.
This technology is going to be very important.
Government stepped in and Napster was not successful, but Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, they were very successful.
Means every stock, every bond will have its own, basically, CUSIP.
Everything of value in the world will eventually be a token.
We could rid ourselves of all issues around illicit activities around bonds and stocks and digital.
For the foreseeable future, I think there will be complete coexistence.
It will create massive wealth, the greatest wealth creation opportunity I'm going to see in my lifetime.
All right, y'all. So we got a lot of news here. You don't want to miss it. There's a lot of stuff going on and that I want to talk about. Not going to try to make this a long video today. We're going to try to keep it under 15 minutes. We'll see how that goes. But let's get started then. Right now, the first news article here is Ripple lawsuit lead attorney joins US SEC as chief litigation counsel. All right. So we got a new lead counsel for the SEC. We know that Gary Gensler will be leaving January 20th. So this guy's going to take his place. So let's see what they're talking about here. Ripple lawsuit. Oh, sorry, scroll down. The U.S. SEC appoints Ripple's lawsuit lead attorney as chief litigation counsel. The appointment sparks concerns over stricter crypto oversight by the SEC. I don't want to mess his name up. Tenrero's promotion grants him more authority in SEC cases. The move dampens hopes for pro-crypto regulations under the Trump administration. The U.S. SEC's lead attorney in the Ripple lawsuit, George G. Tenrero, has joined the agency as its chief litigation counsel, sparking discussions in the crypto market. This appointment by the SEC indicates that despite optimism over pro-crypto regulation after Donald Trump's election win, the agency maintains its strict stance toward the digital asset space. Notably, Tenrero has faced immense criticism from the crypto community for his aggressive stance against the digital asset space. So I really don't think this is going to be a problem because the SEC chair that they put in, Paul Atkins, he's pro-crypto. And, the chief litigator, he really can't do much without the chair say so. Like, he can't do any major moves. So if the SEC chair is pro-crypto, there's really nothing to worry about. And let's go ahead and get to that news right here. Ripple CEO and Gensler replacement, outstanding choice, okay? Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has opined that former SEC Commissioner Paul Atkins is an outstanding choice to lead the agency. As reported by You Today, Atkins, the heavy favorite, was officially picked to lead the agency on Wednesday. The pro-crypto libertarian reportedly accepted the job earlier this week. Garlinghouse believes that Atkins will be able to bring common sense back to the agency. Such sentiment is universally shared by the broader cryptocurrency industry. Jake Chervinsky, chief legal officer at Variant, claims that it would be impossible to express the sheer magnitude of the shift that crypto is likely to see under the Atkins-run SEC. This moment is a regulatory singularity before a new era for crypto. Gary Gensler, the current SEC boss, has gained notoriety due to his aggressive anti-crypto stance. The regulator has confirmed that he will leave the agency on January 20th. The Gensler replacement has received the endorsement from crypto mom Hester Pierce, the Republican SEC commissioner who is known for her pro-crypto stance, is delighted that Atkins will be returning to the agency. Having worked for him during his last stint at the agency, I cannot think of a better person for the job, she said. Kathy Wood, CEO of ARK Invest, believes that the incoming SEC head will be able to free digital assets from Gensler's chokehold. The triumvirate of Atkins, Pierce, and Uyeda at the SEC will not only bring common sense back to the agency, but true investor protection as well, Stuart Alderati, chief legal officer at Ripple, said in his social media post. So everybody's excited about this pick. So there's no reason to be worried about a chief litigator when you have this SEC chair, the head, that is going to be moving this industry forward in the right way, because Democrats did a horrible job. So now we're starting to move forward, guys. So now I want to go deep with you guys now, because as I said before in prior videos, this industry is about to change our whole monetary system. Everything that you know is about to change. And I just want to dig deeper so that you can see what is going on in the inner workings of these institutions and what they're talking about. So the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, we talked about them briefly before. They do a lot in the body of the monetary system. So they promote economic stability and growth. They provide financial assistance, and they also monitor and surveil these systems to make sure they're working properly. If not, they give loans and stuff like that. But they are very important to this whole industry. Same for the BIS. I have some news here from them. So this is a video here from Gary Rice. Sorry, give me a second. And this is this was I think back in 2021, June 10th, 2021. They're cryptic. Like nobody really wants to talk about this stuff back then. Like they were very careful about what they said. Why? If this is just a nothing coin, why not even talk about it? Why say it's nothing? Why say it's not important? But no, they don't do that. They always avoid the question. Listen here.
Leave it there on El Salvador.
I just want to ask one follow-up.
Yep, go ahead, Matthew.
Not directly about El Salvador, but there here in the Southern District, like in the U.S. legal system, there's a move to get Ripple and XRP to register as securities. With this, can you give any guidance on? I know the IMF basically every time the word is used, there's some pushback and deep concern. Can you give any thoughts of what kind of, at least on the legal side, would the registration of tokens and others as securities, would this go some way to addressing the IMF's concerns, or is there sort of no way out at this point for that industry?
Yep. Matthew, I am not going to comment further on the specifics of El Salvador. As I said,
Absolutely.
There's a meeting today, and I don't want to preempt that. What we have said in the past in general is that crypto assets can pose significant risks, and that effective regulatory measures are very important when dealing with them. So again, that's a statement we've made in the past. We've put out lots of information on that. I'm going to leave it there for the time being.
See, they don't want to talk about it. That was 2021. Now we're hearing them talk more about Bitcoin, but the XRP token, XRP, it's still hush, hush. Now we found certain partners that Ripple are aligned with, but nobody's coming out and saying that they're just, gung-ho for XRP. It's up Japan, India on their site, but I'm gonna wait to give my thoughts in a minute. I found another article here, their notes, IMF notes, where they are actually talking about payment and how payment is done. Now this is very important, y'all. Let's scroll down here. This is the current payment system. Let me turn my cursor on too so you can see what I'm doing. So up here, this is how the cross-border situation works now. So a correspondent banking system sends to the sender's bank. this is sender's bank, and then they send to a correspondent bank. That could be a bank in, a certain region, like a big bank, like Bank of America, something like that. And then they can go to another correspondent bank, which could be in another country, and that country's bank that they have to have an account, hold an account in because of Nostro Vostro accounts. So say we're doing sending money to England. This can be a bank in England, and then the receiver's bank. So their personal bank for that institution. And then it gets to the whatever payment recipient it is, right? So payment sender corresponds goes to sender's bank, blah, 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 right? So then this next one right here. So we bounced along here. So this next one here is the payment sender. This is kind of how we do things, this middle one, how we do things now. If I was to give you a check, it goes from my account to your account to you, right? And that takes 3 to 5 days. Same for up here. It takes about 2 to 5 days for you to receive that money because all these hops it has to do, and this hop, and then still to process, still behind the scenes, it takes 3 to 5 days to settle. All right. We have the centralized payment system. It goes from the centralized payment system to the central bank digital currency. So that would be our Fed or whatever CBDC is in the country, and then to the payment, the recipient. That's how they want to do things now. Now this is crypto though. It goes from me to you. That's it. Me to you. There's no middleman. So all these other systems, no matter how you try to cut it, will fail in comparison with the crypto payment system. Now, temporarily it may be like this, so everybody can get involved. But one day, I believe, there's no articles about this, it's just my personal beliefs. I believe that why not go from here to here with everything? Why not go from here to here and skip the middleman? Why do I have to go from there? Why? All right, so more news here, guys. World economy has exited the boom and bust cycle, BlackRock says. I haven't seen anybody talk about this yet, but this is going to be very, very important. BlackRock has said the global economy has exited the cycle of boom and bust due to a fundamental shift driven by the emergence of mega forces, including artificial intelligence technologies. This is huge. This is huge, guys. If you don't yet know what this means, we're gonna keep going, but this is very big news. In its 2025 global outlook, BlackRock said it believes the world economy is currently in the process of being entirely reshaped by the emergence of 5 new megaforces, including the shift to net zero carbon emissions, geopolitical fragmentation, demographic trends, digitization of finance, and AI. The fund manager, which controls 11.5 trillion worth of assets, said it now believes this economic transformation has seen the global economy break away from historical trends that have seen markets go through cycles from boom and bust for centuries. To me, this is what this thing is saying to me. All this super bearish and super bull markets, it's done with, it's over. It's exited. It's no longer going back to those same cycles. So everybody believes that we're gonna have a bull market in 2025, and then 2026 we'll have a bear market. They're saying it's exited that we're no longer living in that kind of traditional, what's the word they used? Traditional. Where's that? Anyway, traditional landscape. We're no longer living in that traditional landscape any longer. It's moving from there. So you thinking that we're going to have a bear market, you're going to be able to get in while it crashes again, it may not do that anymore. BlackRock is saying that it has exited that type of cycle. Let's move forward. Not just due to digitization, but also because of AI, because of zero carbon emissions. So how we use energy. So the solar and the battery ran cars, and hydrogen. hydrogen cars. I read an article saying that I don't know how true this is. I never believe articles right out. I like to go deeper or hear it from the person, like yesterday. They said the stablecoin is supposed to be released, but Ripple, come to find out, Ripple said it was speculation, and they're still in the final stages with the NYDFS. So that was speculation yesterday. So see, I don't like believing articles right out. I like finding the information also from the horse's mouth. But all this stuff, and then the nuclear fusion, like I was talking about yesterday, all these things are moving us away from the old ways because the markets are becoming more predictable. Let's keep reading. Megaforces are reshaping economies and their long-term trajectories. It's no longer about short-term fluctuations in activity leading to expansion or recession, BlackRock said in its 2025 Global Outlook. 2024 has reinforced our view that we are not in a business cycle. AI has been a major market driver, inflation fell without a growth slowdown, and typical recession signals failed, the asset manager said. BlackRock said it expects stocks will now be boosted by this ongoing worldwide transformation that will require huge investments from capital markets. The asset manager said those investments could sit on par with sums invested during the Industrial Revolution of the 19th and 20th centuries. Investors should therefore consider the way they invest by focusing on the long-term future. That's what I'm doing. I'm not worried about what's going to happen, a month from now, 2 months from now, or day to day. I know people that bought XRP at 273 and now it dropped to 220. Who knows if they sold or not, but they're scared. Long-term view. We have to start having a long-term view and stop trying to get this quick money. Right now, I'm not even in any meme coins. I was in Shiba for a while, and I was holding it, but it was in Weibo. I don't really trust Weibo. It wouldn't let me trade or send it out. So I just sold it, and I was supposed to get right back into it, but I ended up buying HBAR instead. So we think investors should focus more on themes and less on broad asset classes as mega forces reshape whole economies, the asset manager said. Infrastructure is at the intersection of mega forces. Infrastructure, like AI. We haven't even talked about AI on this channel, man, but AI is it's about to transform our whole world. AI, digitization, crypto, energy, infrastructure. Our world is about to be completely different. You're going to wake up, and somebody else said this too, you're going to wake up in 5 to 10 years, and you're going to be looking at a whole new world of power, of energy, the kind of energy we can muster from the environment and from the sun as well. Quantum computing is going to be coming out soon as well. A whole new world, man, and the cycles are like BlackRock said, they're at the heart of this stuff. They know what's going on. The AI build out is creating a huge and immediate need for data centers. Demand for new build green infrastructure is skyrocketing as countries and tech companies race to reduce emissions. In the near term, BlackRock said it expects U.S. stocks will continue rallying in 2025. In line with trends that have seen American companies consistently outpace their global rivals over the past 10 years. So I've said it before. March, I believe, XRP is going to get to $25. I could be wrong, but it's not about the price target. I'm just saying a price target just because. If it don't hit it, so what? But I believe long term, I'm going to be very profitable from XRP. They're saying it here. They expect stocks will continue rallying in 2025. So if stocks are going to rally, what do you think crypto is going to do? We see the U.S. still standing out versus other developed markets thanks to stronger growth and its ability to better capitalize on mega forces. We up our overweight to U.S. equities and see the AI theme broadening out. A favorable U.S. economic growth outlook for 2025 paired with Donald Trump's tax cuts and deregulatory initiatives could boost the prospects of U.S. stocks even further. See this? Talk about his tax cuts and that. They see it helping growing the economy. U.S.-China tensions will meanwhile drive further competition for resources, including copper, as the two countries compete for a competitive edge in AI. New import tariffs imposed by Trump could worsen the situation. Aging global populations are also on course to push up labor costs, keeping inflation high, in a situation that could also be made worse by new limits on immigration introduced by Trump, BlackRock said. All right, so there are some downfalls to the things he's going to do that could, hurt us, I think, in the short term. Maybe not short term, long term as well. But overall, you heard it. Even with that stuff, even with that in view, they believe that the economy has exited the boom and bust cycle. So, like I said, I don't like reading articles. I like going to the horse's mouth. So here, I read a little bit of this. I haven't finished it yet, but it's saying this is where they got that article from. This is what they read, and that they got that from this article. So this article is pretty much saying the same thing that article said, summed up. But if you want to take a look at it, you go on BlackRock's site. It's the 2025 Global Outlook. If you want me to dig into this and more articles like this, just let me know in the comment section. Say more. Now, I want to tell you what I really believe. Like, I try to keep a conservative view. $5 in December is not conservative, really. $3 would be more conservative. And 25 is not conservative for March. 10 will probably be more conservative. But I'm going to tell you what I really believe. Don't take this to heart now. I'm not a financial advisor, but this is what I really, truly believe. I don't know when exactly it's going to happen, but I believe that XRP will reach $1 million. I believe that drop, which is smallest denomination of the cryptocurrency, XRP. So I believe that a drop will be worth $1 and $1 million would be the XRP. So it's, like I said, drop is the smallest denomination. So you have the XRP, but it's broken up in pieces. So I believe 1 million drops equals 1 XRP. So I believe 1 XRP will equal $1 million, and each drop would be $1. And now what does this mean? This means the market cap for XRP would be $100 quadrillion. Right now, the whole world processes 1.4 quadrillion dollars. Some say 800 trillion. It's around that mark. But I believe with the expansion of AI, energy, infrastructure, robotics, that it is going to expand our economy tremendously. Before, the presidents in like 1850, things were like $42 million. They would spend $42 million. Right now, that's equal to, with inflation, it's like $1 billion. 42 million is $1 billion. Before, they used to spend just lower billions, 42 billion, and that's worth like 500 billion today with inflation. So the amount of money that so XRP is not inflationary though; it's deflationary. So they lose a little bit every time it's transacted with. A little bit goes away. And so over time, with adoption, with the deflationary aspect of it, I believe that XRP will be $1 million. If the whole world does adopt it the way I believe so, and I believe that's going to be a reserve currency. And people are like, oh, it's not going to be the only one. Of course, it's not going to be the only one. There's going to be other things working with it. But right now, there's only one reserve currency. The dollar is the reserve currency. There is no other reserve currency. You have your other currencies for the governments to use, their own local currencies to transact with, yes, but you have one reserve currency. That's a dollar. I don't believe the countries are going to put their faith in the dollar anymore. It's already changing due to BRICS. So they're going to want something that everybody can trust, that's been around. XRP has been around for like over 10 years now. Really hasn't had any network outages other than the halt they had about a few weeks ago or a week ago. And their main objective, their main purpose is for cross-border payments. They're the only token really trying to go into that space. It's not including tokenization. That's not including the holding as a store of value. That's not including the banks holding some so they can move the money with. Like it doesn't include none of that stuff. So I believe that XRP is going to be a reserve currency. And when it is a reserve currency, everybody's going to use it. It's going to be the bridge token to everything, to cross-border payments, to the banks. Everybody's going to use it behind the scenes, and you're not going to know it, but they're going to use it as a bridge to send value from one place to another. It's going to be embedded in everything, even in other cryptocurrencies, I believe, and it's going to be embedded in everything. And when that does happen, I don't care if it's 2030, 2030, it can happen in 2026. Well, not $1 million, but I believe that this is going to be a juggernaut of a company and of value. You think 100 quadrillion is a lot of money. Yeah, it is a lot of money. 1850s, I'm sure they would have thought $1 trillion was a lot of money too. But right now, Apple is a $3 trillion company. Nobody would have thought that would have happened. There's a few $1 trillion companies now. Nobody would have thought that would have happened. So quadrillion, everything is a lot now. But when all these things expand, the nuclear fusion is commercialized, and we're creating more energy, and we're moving value in seconds, and AI is computing, quantum computing is computing fast. AI is doing a lot of the thinking. Space flight is taking off. We're going to be moving a lot of value. So grab your XRP, not a financial advisor, in my opinion. Grab your XRP while you can. Even one will make you a millionaire. Thanks for tuning in to Chain Reaction. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you made it this far, you are the Chain Reaction, fueling the block that links us all to an interoperable future. Stay connected, stay empowered. Let's keep building the future together. See you next time.
The sun won't always shine always.